Welcome back to Danganronpa Kahoot. The gimmick for this episode? It's hard. It's like stupidly hard. There is absolutely no reason for you to know the answers to all of these questions, yet some of you did very well. Will you do well? I don't know, but one way you can find out for sure is to pull up to the stream this Sunday, September 28th, and join the next Kahoot game. See you then, potentially, and enjoy the video. Yes, this is Kahoot 3 Evil Mode. I feel like I have to preface this and say that don't feel bad if the questions are a struggle, because it's kind of the point. I don't know how much help your studying is going to be. I hope, for your sake, that it's helpful, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does nothing for you, because I really pulled some obscure questions. Some of them are not so bad. Some of them are reasonable. I think I could have done way worse, but I would give them like an 8 out of 10 on the difficulty scale. I think after this, I'll go back to like a normal difficulty Kahoot. There's one question that I really like, and I might just do an entire Kahoot based around it, depending on how the question goes. If you guys like it as much as I like the question, then we might do that. Let's start it up. The people are hungry for Evil Kahoot. Kahoot 3. Super Danganronpa Kahoot 3. Our first question is, what sword does Peko Yama carry in Danganronpa 2? Is it the golden replica sword, the bamboo sword, a katana, or a wooden sword? Which one does Peko Yama carry throughout Danganronpa 2? This one, not so bad. Not too bad. It is relevant to a case, so maybe you can pull that from your mind palace. I'm surprised that all of you guys, for the most part, got bamboo sword. I think normally she does carry a katana when she's not in Danganronpa 2. Like in her character art, she does hold a katana, but in the game of Danganronpa 2, she has a bamboo sword. Oh, easy, he says. Oh, easy. Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see if you still be singing that same tune when we get to question 2. This is not a race, though. This is a marathon. It's about the consistency, because these questions are not going to be easy. And you'll see with question number 2, whatever question number 2 is. I actually don't know what the order is. But question number 2, this is a puzzle. Oh, this is match the underwear to the character. So, whoever's in this red spot, you have to put them at the very top of the board. There is a way to kind of logic these out without just memorizing all of them. You do have to put them in the order, so the tippy top is whoever has, it almost looks like a diaper. They're like tidy whities. They're all kind of tidy whities though. They're all tidy whities. Hopefully your studying has paid off. You guys printed out every underwear? Did you guys do that at the school library? Or did you guys use your own paper for this? Oh, you didn't think it'd be this hard. You didn't think I would go all out. You didn't think I would really just take the mask off and just start going sicko mode. And 7 people got the correct order. The very tippy top, that's Ishimaru's underwear. Second is Ultimate Imposters. Third is, I think that's Nekomaru. Yeah, third is Nekomaru. Fourth is Ryoma. By looking at just the pixel art, I think the best pixel art in general is Danganronpa 1. And then it's way more smaller in Danganronpa 2. And then the last one is Ryoma's, where it's somewhere in the middle, where the pixel art has improved since the second one, but it's not as good as in the first one. That was not a nice one. Yeah, they're all basically the same. But that is question number 2. That one was mean. I told you guys, it's not a race. It's a marathon. That one might have been one of the easier ones. We'll actually see. Only time will tell which ones were easy and which ones were hard. So now, let's go to question number 3. Question number 3. What was Juzo Sakakura's ultimate talent? This guy from the Danganronpa 3 anime, is he the ultimate bodyguard, the ultimate wrestler, the ultimate boxer, or the ultimate street fighter? I believe all of these talents really exist. All these talents do exist. There is an ultimate street fighter, there is an ultimate bodyguard, there is an ultimate wrestler, and there is an ultimate boxer. Do you guys remember Juzo Sakakura's? It was going to be Munetaka, student council president guy, but I was like, you can kind of intuit that he's the student council president. But many of you guys did get this right. I am quite impressed. He is the ultimate boxer. The ultimate bodyguard is Ishiki Madurai from Danganronpa 0. Ultimate wrestler is the Great Gozu, also from DR3 anime. And the ultimate street fighter is like a random throwaway character that they showed for 1 second. Oh, you're acquainted with Killer Killer, are you, Silver River 44? That will be helpful. Maybe not for the next question, but later on. And now, question number 4. It's just a mystery for me. I don't even know which questions are in which order. So let's find out what question number 4 is. Question number 4. What is the super high school level elite task force? Is it future Foundation members in charge of taking back Toa City? Is it the future Foundation members who participated in the DR3 killing game? A team of future Foundation members in charge of stopping the tragedy? Or is it a team of future Foundation members in charge of protecting Ryota Mitarai? The super high school level elite task force. I bet you guys never knew these guys existed. You never knew their title, but can you correctly identify what it relates to? Right, everybody knows the elite task force. Everybody knows that it's a team of future Foundation members in charge of protecting Ryota Mitarai at the end of the DR3 anime. Let me pull this up. I had to pull up the receipts. I had to record this so that you guys could see what this even is. In the meantime, let's peep our scoreboard. Lalo in first place, already taking a commanding lead. I would be in like the 50s. If I didn't make the Kahoot, I would be like rank 50. Oh, that's him. That's the super high school level discus thrower. That's the super high school level discus thrower of the DR3 anime. He died. Who else we got? Oh, the super high school level ultimate falconer facing off against Gundam Tanaka. He's just aura farming. That's I don't remember what that guy's name is either. But just to show you guys what I'm talking about. These random ultimate talents that the DR2 casts are facing off against, that is the super high school level elite task force. So, yeah, that one was a rascal question, for sure. This whole thing is evil. Okay, I warned you guys. So now, that's question number 4. Let's go to question number 5. Question number 5. Who is not a reserve course student? Is it Hajime Hinata, Natsumi Kuzuryu, Sato, or Kanon Nakajima? Which of these is not a reserve course student? All of my friends with no talents in the reserve course. Hajime, maybe he has talent. Tell the answer. No. The answer is that you got 5 seconds left. It is Kanon Nakajima. That is Leon's like cousin. I don't remember where they are from, but Kanon is not a reserve course student. Natsumi, Kuzuryu, and Sato, they're involved in the Twilight Murder Syndrome case. And then Hajime, classic reserve course guy. Ken's from Ultra Despair. Oh yeah, Ultra Despair Hagakure. Yeah, I always thought Natsumi was actually just an ultimate student for a while. I think Kanon like manages Leon's baseball team or some stuff like that. So that was question number 5. Question number 6. The revolt of the reserve corps students was called what? Is it the parade, the tragedy, Hope's Peak Academy's biggest, most awful event, or the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? These are not all the same thing. They sound like they could easily be the same thing, but they are not all the same thing. This is where the reserve corps students revolted. I don't remember why they revolted. I think it's some Danganronpa Zero nonsense. I think it's because maybe they caught wind of the Izuru Kamakura treatment, or maybe it's just unfair treatment in general, but it's called the parade. The tragedy is also the same thing as, oh shoot. No, the tragedy is when Junko throws the world into despair. Host Peak Academy's biggest, most awful event and the tragedy of Host Peak Academy are one and the same. These are both referring to the death of the entire student council, I guess just the whole student council, which was showcased in the DR3 anime and also mentioned in Trigger Happy Havoc. Pretty sure there's the one room that you go into with all the bloody classroom. I think that's where that supposedly happened. They revolted because Junko framed Izuru for killing the student council, and they got mad because their parents' money from the reserve course was funneled to creating Izuru. Exactly. Thank you. This is great. I love crowdsourcing our knowledge. Lalo is always in first. Lalo has a reputation to uphold. Was this was the first question that you got wrong since the first Kahoot? Because I know you went 100% on the first one, and I think 100% on the second one. I think you were the only person to get 100% on the second one. Was this the first question that you got wrong? Ooh. So timeline questions will get you. This is everyone's opportunity to catch up. Let's see if people can catch up over the next 14 questions. So let's go to question number 7. In Danganronpa Zero, what is Yasuke Matsuda's talent? Is he the ultimate psychologist, the ultimate neurologist, ultimate biologist, or the ultimate therapist? I told you therapy would come back in a big way. This is Yasuke Matsuda, a major character in Danganronpa Zero. Danganronpa Zero is great. I just don't think it's really easy to read. I had to go to 3 different Tumblr accounts to read this. I kind of snapped with the fake answers, I can't lie. Hopefully your vibes led you to Ultimate Neurologist, because that is him. I can't really say how it's relevant, but it is super relevant in Danganronpa Zero. That's this guy on the screen. He's pretty cool. I think Ultimate Therapist is Gekuhara from the DR3 anime. I believe she's the ultimate therapist. Ultimate biologist might be mentioned in Trigger Happy Havoc, I think, when you go into the green room, but I don't know if we actually know who the ultimate biologist is. They're just mentioned. Maybe that's the ultimate botanist. You see how these things get confusing. But that is question number 7. And now it's time for question number 8. Which of these is an object found in the slot machines in the V3 casino? Are there lemons, strawberries, Monokuma himself, or watermelons? Which of these are things that you can pull in the slot machine? I had to blur out all of the slot machines so that you guys couldn't peek. I really should have gotten a supporting image to back it up, but I do know what the answer is, because I had to go and check. My second place is so gone. Hey, maybe everyone else will get this question wrong too. It's an even split because it really is just a guessing game, but it's watermelons. I think watermelons come with Monodam. I had to boot up the game itself to figure this out. Yeah, this question was not nice. They're all not nice. All these questions are not nice. I've not spent any major time in the casino gambling. But Eclipse Soul sneaks into first place with that question. Alright, let's see. Is it unpaused? This is list the characters from tallest to shortest, with tallest on top. These guys are all pretty close in height. Tallest characters on the tippy top. Shortest characters on the bottom. How well do you guys know the heights? I'm so dead. Chisa Yukizomi, she's the teacher from DR3. Yuta Asahina, that's Asahina's little brother. Oh, it's their cousin? I don't know, I just know they're related to Asahina. But yes, tallest on top. You only know Shuichi's height? Well, you gotta go off of the vibes. You gotta say, do I think Yuta is taller or shorter than Shuichi. They are younger than Asahina, I'm pretty sure, so maybe that'll help. But Shuichi is the tallest. Yuta Asahina, the second tallest. Chisa Yukizome, I actually have written down their heights. I wrote them in centimeters. So Shuichi Saihara is 171 centimeters. Yuta Asahina is 168 centimeters. Chisa Yukizome is 161 centimeters. And Makoto Naegi is 160 centimeters. That one, another mean one. I'm pulling from UDG, I'm pulling from Danganronpa 3, I'm pulling from Danganronpa 0. Nothing is safe. Nothing is safe. You're not safe. I'm coming for you. I actually don't know. What is 160 centimeters and 160 centimeters to feet? He's 5'2". Well, actually, I think Makoto is actually kind of tall. So now it's time for question number 10. How much time are you given in the V3 minigame Outlaw Run? Do you get 2 minutes, 1 minute 45 seconds, 1 minute 30 seconds, or 1 minute? I took this screenshot with 5 seconds left to not give it away. And it actually doesn't really help because you can see the timer. And it does have the spots to support minutes, but all of these questions have minutes in the answer. Outlaw Run is my favorite one to farm coins on. And it is 2 minutes. You start with 2 minutes. And the source is, trust me, I think I tricked you all by adding the 45 seconds and 30 seconds. The Outlaw Run is very fun. I considered making the question what monocubs show up, or which monocub shows up during the V3 minigame, Outlaw Run, and have it be like Monokid. Because you can run over Monokid to get a speed boost, and you can run over Monodam to get extra points. But then I decided to make it even meaner. Now this is our new scoreboard. That's question number 10. Question number 11, coming right up. In Trigger Happy Havoc, what does the text of the first free time event say? Does it say exploration, investigation, free time, or investigate? This is on the first free time event of Trigger Happy Havoc. I considered making one of the fake answers Seek a Way Out as a Zero Escape reference, but then I was like, nah. There's a lot of Trigger Happy Havoc questions. I think we're in the Trigger Happy Havoc zone. I think it's like 4 more Trigger Happy Havoc questions right after this. I don't know, is it a trick question? It is a trick question. It does say free time from the very beginning. You guys are getting in your own heads. I tricked you all into thinking that it was harder than it really is. And the people that are confident in themselves picked free time. That is the correct answer. I knew hope is stronger than the despairful doubt. Yeah, you just had to hope. You just had to hope hard enough. Oh, you're playing Zero Escape right now? Ooh. Ooh. I love Zero Escape. Question number 12. Place a pin on the image. What's missing in this image? You place a pin where the missing item is on this image. You have to figure out what's missing in this image, and then I guess you place a pin there. I've never done this one, but this seems like my favorite question. I liked making this question. You have to figure out what's wrong with this image. Something is not here that should be here. I have the original image, and you guys might be surprised. You guys might be surprised at what's missing. Pins all over the map. All over the map. But only 3 people got it correct. It is outside. I'll pull it up on the screen. Scale this to size. There's a table outside. There's actually a table outside. And I deleted the table. What is it called? The Mandela effect? This is like a Mandela effect screenshot. I wish I could zoom in even further. But yes, I deleted the tables outside. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is Danganronpa Evil Edition. I thought maybe you guys would have noticed that it's kind of blurry out there, but luckily I was able to pull the rug over all of you guys. But yeah, that was one of my favorite questions. I might do a whole Kahoot that's just find what's missing from this image. I'm glad that you like it because I really like that question. But that was question number 12. Question number 13. What is the name of this room? Is this the changing room, the dressing room, the bathroom, or the locker room? This is where you might find Alter Ego. This is the one that has no cameras in it. This one, I kind of wish that I screenshot the actual name, but you guys will once again have to trust me on this. It is the specific title. They're all kind of synonymous, but this is technically referred to as the dressing room. If you go into the map and you hover over it, it says dressing room. And I really should have taken a screenshot so I could show you guys what I'm talking about. But really, they're all just synonymous, and it's just evil Danganronpa Kahoot. Back at it again. I can't help myself. The lockers are a total trap, because it does not mention the lockers at all. And it doesn't have the name of it in front of it. Monokuma says in that scene, "What were you and Kyoko doing all alone in the dressing room?" Interesting, okay. I'm glad that you remembered that, because I don't remember that. Question number 14 is, in the Magical Miracle Girl Monomi minigame of Danganronpa 2, what is the most powerful wand you can equip? Is it the Master Rod, the 7th Sea Hope Rod, the Ultimate Hope Rod, or the Sacred Tree Branch? Which of these is the best wand in the game? Nobody should know this question. I had to do this for 100% completion. I hated this minigame. I hated it so much. But maybe there's some clues here. And it is the 7th Sea Hope Rod. The Ultimate Hope Rod, I made that one up. Master Rod is somewhere in the middle, and Sacred Tree Branch is one of the earlier wands that you get. But it is the 7th Sea Hope Rod. I've never even heard of this minigame. I'm gonna explode. Yeah, probably because it kind of sucks. It's probably why you've never heard of it. I think it was fun for like the first couple stages, and then I don't even think it's guaranteed that you get the drop sometimes. It's like a gacha game. I think it's like percentage based. So I was just playing the same bonus stage forever, just waiting for the best gear to drop. And I was like, damn, this sucks. Just no questions about the actual games themselves, just random mini games and nonsense. But let's see if that continues into question number 15. I blacked out when I wrote all these questions. So question number 15 is, in which chapter can you find this hidden Monokuma? Is this from Danganronpa 2 Chapter 1? Is it from Danganronpa V3 Chapter 2, Danganronpa 2 Chapter 2, or Danganronpa 2 Chapter 3? There are no hidden Monokumas in the first game, I don't think. I think it is only the second game and onward. I think they even show up in UDG. There's a different type of collectible in UDG, I think. I don't know if it's hidden Monokuma specifically. Which chapter is this hidden Monokuma from? Wow, most of you guys did get that right. It is Danganronpa 2 Chapter 2. So this is the first chapter 1. This is chapter 2. Chapter 3, Chapter 4, and Chapter 5, and I think Chapter 6, yeah. And now it's time for question number 16. Which of these icons belong to Himiko Yumino? Is it... So the colors associate with each question, so if it's the top left red one, I apologize if you're colorblind, you might be cooked. Top left is answer 1, top right is answer 2, bottom left is answer 3, bottom right is answer 4. These are all from V3. These are all icons from V3. Which one is Himiko Yumino? I do remember who each of these is. I do know this one. And it is this one. The one that looks like a Decepticon. Top left is Kaide's. Top right is Miyu's. Bottom left is Himiko. And bottom right is Gonta. They have like... I think these are supposed to be the symbols of the past schools that they went to. I think that's the whole reason behind it. I also forget that these existed. Gonta's looks like an angry owl. Kinda. I kind of see it. Like, these are the eyes here. Danganronpa be doing the most for, like, the past schools, which never have any bearing on anything. Himiko Yumino gets that one right. As expected of you, Himiko. You know thyself. Question number 17. Which of these is not a character voiced by Wendy Lee? Is it Miyu Iruma, Akane Owari, Shirokuma, or Teru Teru's mother? Which of these is not voiced by Wendy Lee? Shirokuma is from UDG. If you're like, who the hell is Shirokuma? That would be the reason why. They're the all-white Monokuma. Wendy Lee, English voice actress. For 3 characters, she does have voice lines. Teru Teru's mom does have voice lines. And it is Shirokuma. Wendy Lee does the voice for Miyu, Akane, and Teru Teru's mother. Yeah, who wins it big? The winner of this gets $20 trillion. Source, CryptoScan. I rug pulled a crypto. Question number 18. In Danganronpa S development mode, which of these is a real friendship event interaction for Kurokuma? Which of these pairings is real? Does he speak to Leon and Kazuichi, Komaru and Toko, Monotaro and Miyu, or Kyoko and Fuyuhiko? We're even getting a Danganronpa S in the mix. I haven't even played this game. Which of these interactions really happens? Apparently, Kurokuma is in it. It unfortunately is the least obvious option, and it is Kyoko and Fuyuhiko. Because Kurokuma, he asks Kyoko about Makoto's luck because Kurokuma doesn't want to get assassinated as a total rock star. He's like, well, I want to have some of that luck because I don't want to get taken out back. And then Fuyuhiko was just like, there, I guess. I don't know. I was like, you know, Leon and Kazuichi, maybe they can talk about which kind of girls they like. We can gossip about girls and stuff. And then Komaru and Toko just kind of makes sense because they're in the same game together. But that makes actually too much sense, so that's why it doesn't happen. And then Monotaro and Miyu. Monotaro is actually not in Danganronpa S. The Monokubs I don't think are in Danganronpa S. At least as like playable characters. They might show up on Spaces. I haven't played the game, but you can't play as the Monokubs. Oh my god, Lalo. What can you say other than Lalo's big in the clutch? When it's time to clutch up, Lalo does so. Now the problem is you have to hang on. You have to hold on for the remaining 2 questions. Question number 19. When does Danganronpa Gaiden Killer Killer take place? Is it before Trigger Happy Havoc, during Trigger Happy Havoc, after Ultra Despair Girls, or after Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair? I did tell you that Killer Killer would be a question. We're really pulling from everywhere. I know very small information about this. I feel like this would actually be a fun read. This is a manga, by the way, but it is after Ultra Despair Girls because our protagonist, who I think is named like Takumi or something, he is a serial killer that kills serial killers, and he is part of the Future Foundation. And the Future Foundation does not exist well, maybe it does. It actually probably does, because I think Tengen founded the Future Foundation. Yeah, it's after Ultra Despair Girls. That's all I know. I just read it on the wiki. But yeah, he is implied to be Sparkling Justice, which is really cool. They never explicitly say it, but it is heavily implied that this guy is Sparkling Justice, which is kind of gas. But that is a timeline question. I think we have another timeline question coming up next. Sparkling Justice lore is in Killer Killer. It doesn't explicitly say if he is Sparkling Justice, but it does imply it, because Sparkling Justice is also a murderer who kills other murderers. Balalo successfully hanging on to first place. Monokuma, this is the final question. Another timeline question. Do you guys know your Danganronpa timeline? The complete unabridged timeline of Danganronpa. I started watching that and I'm like, 3 hours. I'm like, I don't know if I got 3 hours in me. Final question. Which of these events happens first in the world of Danganronpa? Jin Kirigiri becomes headmaster, the tragedy of Hope's Peak, Hajime Hinata joins the Izuru Kamakura project, or Makoto Naegi is invited to Hope's Peak Academy. Which of these happens first? I had a different question, but it was actually too ambiguous and I couldn't even answer it my own self. Yeah, I'm really not good with the timeline. TBH. And it is Jin Kirigiri becomes the headmaster. Originally, it wasn't going to be Jin Kirigiri become the headmaster. The first version of this I had was which came first, the reserve course was founded or the Izuru Kamakura project was started. And I'm like, shoot, I really don't know which of these comes first, because you could make the argument that because the Izuru Kamakura project was thought up, that means they had to create the reserve course to fund the Izuru Kamakura project. So it's kind of like a chicken or egg situation. But yeah, Jin becomes the headmaster, and then Hajime joins the Izuru Kamakura project, and then Makoto gets invited, and then no, I think the tragedy happens and then Makoto? I can't remember. But let's look at our scoreboard. In third place, Candyman V2 with 10,000 points. Second, Monokuma with 10,000 points and 500. And then in first place, it's Lalo with 10,700 points. So Hayori in fourth, and Trooper in fifth. An excellent performance. I really can't believe that Lalo managed to win it all three times in a row. Nobody can ever say that you don't know ball. You're the ultimate ball knower. You should be making these instead of me, because you know more than I do. Someone who is not currently present, but Casey, she did a Guess the Danganronpa character for me to answer, and I was so stun locked. So if I didn't make these questions, then I would be lost in the sauce. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who came out, even if it's like some crazy time in your time zone. It always surprises me how Danganronpa Kahoot is international.